Welcome back to From the Abyss. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tyler's not here, but my boys Logan and
That's
Colin
fine.
are here.
That was amazing.
That was something.
That was amazing.
That really
Wow.
was something.
Well, I mean, I tried. But yeah, Colin,
For
actually,
once.
both of these people have been on here before, because Colin, you were on for number 5
Yeah.
with Joey, and then Logan, you interrupted one of the other ones with some weird ass fucking noises that we thought was somebody else, and then you just told me a few minutes ago that it was you.
Yeah, you know, what can I say?
Did you not know until just now that was him?
No, you did
No,
not.
I did not know. I had no idea.
I gotta figure out what episode that is now. I want to say it's like 6.
Yeah, I think it's 6.
I was just about to say it's got to be like 6 or 7.
No, it wasn't 7 because that was the metal band tier list that me and Tyler did.
I
feel
got
like
you.
it's
I got you.
You both talked.
Yeah,
to
it has to be episode 6
Yeah.
because it was Tyler's return.
Yeah, after being away for one episode. I don't know why I named it. I don't know why I named it that. I have a hard time coming up with fucking titles for these things.
You can't
because
you
like
can't
I don't
just name them like what happens in the episode. Like you can, but like kind of gives away what happens in the episode.
Yeah, you gotta add some element of surprise. It gets boring if you just say like, "Hey, we're doing exactly this, nothing else."
Keep the people on their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suspense.
Yeah, I try, but it's tough. But yeah, before we started recording, we were talking about probably one of the best animes out there, Neon Genesis Evangelion. And I feel like this is going to be me and Logan conversation because Colin, you haven't watched it, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, here.
I don't think I ever finished it actually, but I watched enough of it.
Okay. Where do you think you left off at?
I couldn't tell you honestly.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I feel like the last was there was an angel like in a volcano or something. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I don't remember because it's been a while since I watched it. It's been like a year since I watched it. But
no.
Yeah, I still believe, is my firm belief, that the end of Evangelion is the weirdest movie that I've ever seen. Bar none.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
See, I have heard that though. I heard the ending's like really weird.
Yeah, it's really like I don't know how to describe it. It's weird, but it's very open ended.
It has almost nothing to itself. Like it's crazy. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different movie. Is that the one where? Well, I should probably preface there's spoilers in this.
If people wanted to see it, they probably would have by now because it's on Netflix.
And it's from the 90s.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, pause, go watch it, come back.
Yeah, go.
If you haven't seen it, too bad.
Yeah, it's only one season and one movie, so yeah. Well, I guess there's 2 movies if you count Death True Squared or whatever the fuck it is. But I heard that that's like a recap. But that's why I didn't watch it.
It's just a recap of every episode with like higher detail.
Okay.
But then there are a bunch of not canon movies that are like, well, this is how it would have ended if this happened.
Okay. That's what those rebuild movies are? Like the 1.0 one something something something. Okay. Yeah, because I think there's what, 4 movies in that series. I haven't seen any of them, but
I'm not exactly sure how many there is, honestly.
yeah,
But
I've no idea. I just watched the main series and the end of Evangelion.
if I'm thinking about the right movie, the end of Evangelion is like the most crazy thing that has nothing to do with the show at all. So
It
that's the
kind
one
of
where she gets like really big and like gets like a vagina on her forehead, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That one.
Yeah, because
It makes no.
I think she was like some sort of like, I think she was like an angel or whatever the big aliens are. They're called angels, but I don't know. The show is so weird and it doesn't really explain certain stuff very well. But
I don't really remember a lot from the movie. All I remember is she's the size of the planet. She gets a vagina on her forehead, and she starts spitting out aliens.
yeah, she basically, from what I remember, she basically causes like mass extinction of like the
Yeah,
entire human race, and just Shinji and Asuka are left, and like
man,
and
it's a
like
fucked up show.
yeah. I mean, it starts out very like not weird.
It starts out very like aliens.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like
I'm a
yeah,
teenage boy.
it's just like yeah, teenagers and robots fighting aliens. Like that's basically like
Yeah.
the plot of like most of the episodes until like halfway through the season, and then that's when starts getting weird.
Holy shit. My brain is tearing itself apart from the inside out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Shinji
Everybody
goes
around me is
gay.
sexy, and I can't do anything about it. That's what happened.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, like Shinji is basically an incel
He really
for like
is.
the entire show, because he's just like, yeah, which I mean, I can relate to that to a sort of degree. Not as bad as he was, obviously, but yeah. So I kind of get it, but
He's
like, I also don't get it.
he was a fucking nerd. Like,
He could have absolutely tapped Misato though. Like
oh, easily.
yeah.
She
Oh yeah.
there was
100%.
a Colin, shut up. There was literally a meme going around not too long ago of the scene where they like make out with each other, and she's like, "That's what an adult tastes like," and he's just staring there like,
No, I,
"What?"
I think she says that like that's what adults do, and she was like, "I'll show you more later," and then she gets fucking blown
Pretty
to
sure
pieces.
I'm pretty sure she says that's what adults taste like, because the meme was like
I
when
don't
there's a
know.
couples discount and me and my mom are going for dinner. Have you never seen that?
No,
Really?
no,
I've
I
never
have not.
seen
Damn. Am I weird for saying that? I don't think so.
No,
It's like a lot.
I mean, yeah, I just. Although to be fair, I don't really look for like Evangelion memes.
I don't either. It was just everywhere. I might have it saved somewhere. I'll check in a minute.
Okay, because like most
I
of
feel
my
like that's
feeds are like Breaking Bad stuff that I don't get because I
it's
have never seen it.
mine has been nothing but the boys memes, and I have not watched the boys yet, so I don't get any of it.
Yeah, it's just literally fucking Soldier Boy singing that Blondie song.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
Or
you
not
got
really
that
singing;
one.
it's more like kind of like talking the song.
or the deep having sex with an octopus.
Hmm.
I
I was
keep seeing
listening.
the
I was listening to another podcast, and they talked about a scene, I guess, in the new season where one of the superheroes is basically like Ant-Man goes inside a dude's dick and tears him apart from the inside, and I'm like, yeah, no, I think I'm all right. I don't need to see that.
There's one character I'm pretty sure that literally writes like a diss track, and
Makes
everybody
sense.
uses that as a meme.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't have the platform to watch it, or I would.
Yeah, me neither. I don't have Amazon Prime, so I can't watch it.
I don't think any of us do.
I don't have
Levi was-
Netflix either, so I can't even watch like Stranger Things or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix either anymore. I only have Hulu.
I don't even have Hulu. We just have really just Disney Plus, and like with our internet plan or whatever, we got Peacock for free. So
You're feeding the corporate overlords. Only having Disney Plus.
well, it has most of the stuff that I would actually want to watch. Because like you got to
The
admit,
rich get richer, man.
like Disney is gonna get richer without me. All right, so like,
No,
like,
you specifically are causing the downfall of the American economy.
I
You
Specifically
alone.
you.
I didn't know I was
Not
the
your
president.
family. You.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know I was the president.
You could either make
For
a lot of
legal
people
reasons,
happy right
that
now, or
was a
make a lot of
joke.
people make a lot of people very happy, or a lot of people very upset, depending on what your next few words are.
Oh, speaking of making people
Oh
upset.
God!
And oh boy,
Do we want to?
where we going?
I think I know.
Do we want to get into the Instagram debacle?
I don't know. I don't know the full story actually.
So basically,
No, yeah, neither do I.
So basically, what had happened was over a year ago, because on my Instagram, but when that was like my main platform, before I even started making YouTube videos or doing podcasts or anything like that, I made like tier lists, like ranking albums of bands that I listen to. I don't do that as much anymore because I kind of just got bored of it. Like it felt
Did you
more of
delete all of them?
I just archived the posts for a reason that I'm going to get into. So basically, about like a year ago, I did a tier list ranking all of Cannibal Corpse's albums. And the way that I had the tier list set up is that, okay, so there's like kind of two eras of the band that everybody talks about. There's the early era when Chris Barnes was the singer, and there's the more modern era with Corpse Grinder as the singer, George Fisher. And in my personal opinion, I prefer the newer stuff, the Corpse Grinder era, because the albums they sound more polished. There's more emphasis on writing like catchy like vocal melodies, not necessarily vocal melodies, but like I guess hooks and guitar riffs, solos, things like that. It's not just like for
Slams.
40 minutes at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, so like you had a reason to like this one better.
Yeah. And I didn't really I'll admit I didn't really explain that in the post. I kind of was just like, here it is. Here's how I feel. And yeah.
It's an Instagram post. So like,
yeah, I don't think anybody
Not a book.
expects like a too in depth. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
it's not
anyways,
like it's a blog
sometimes
post or anything.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was just meant to be a quick thing to be like, hey, this is how I'd put them all together in a tier list. But sometimes, because sometimes Instagram's algorithm is weird. Sometimes it'll like your older posts will sometimes get circulated around again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I guess somebody found that, went to, because the way it happened was the morning after I got to see Rob Zombie, which I'll also talk about later. I got a couple comments on it saying like, oh, this is a bad ranking. This is a horrible ranking. And I kind of figured that because I don't go with the popular opinion that the early stuff is the best. I understand why people think like that. I don't. But this one particular person, he found some of the other tier lists I made, which I'll admit don't go with what the general consensus, if I can speak, of of how the albums are like ranked together in terms of quality. This person got upset, reposted a bunch of stuff on their story, upset. But it's not. But he didn't. But the thing is that he didn't say it was just like, oh, this dude, didn't rank them how I would, or I don't agree with this, And it was just like like he reposted like, "Oh, I'm a bitch who doesn't know how to rank shit," or like stuff like that. And the thing that really upset me was that for one of them, he said this dude should really end his life or something similar to that, something to that effect. And that pissed me off. And then after that, he posted my profile, like my page, on his story, and he said, "Spam this guy with #hate." So I was like, all right. So I blocked the guy and I reported the guy. Instagram still hasn't gotten back to me. This was a couple days ago, but Instagram still hasn't notified me of anything if anything has been done. I doubt that anything will happen because it's not like two big creators or like people getting into like drama, I guess, with each other. So yeah, basically what happened was a bunch of people that followed him went to my page and started mostly shitting on the Cannibal Corpse post, but a couple other ones too. And, they weren't exactly being nice about it. And so I posted on my story joking, because I first I thought it was funny, because it was like, well, I knew it was kind of like a hot take anyways, because I feel like I'm kind of known for doing that shit. So I figured it'd have that reaction at some point or another. So I kind of laughed it off. But then it just, I don't know, it was just so many people, like every few minutes, pretty much saying the same things over and over again. And then after that, I made another story basically detailing what happened. And then another person messaged me and it says like KYS lol, and I blocked him. I didn't report him because, again, I didn't think that Instagram would do anything, but I blocked him, so whatever. But yeah, and then I made a post, and the comments just wouldn't stop. And at that point, it just got annoying. Like, I wouldn't say it like got to me, because it didn't make me like generally like upset or anything like that. But it was more of just like, okay, I get it. My ranking is not what people would want it to be. Let it go. And people didn't let it go. So that's why I archived pretty much all of my Instagram posts. Everything from since I was like 13. Except for photos of me at concerts, or like remembering a musician who had died. And that's just what I'm going to post on Instagram from now on, because I don't want to put up content that people are going to dig up, much later, when there's, no context left, and just hating on me for it. That's not what I want to see whenever I go on social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, a part of me also is like kind of glad that happened, because it kind of made me take, especially Instagram, less seriously. Like, I never took Twitter seriously at all. I just post random shit on there to like know people, which is fine with
Nobody
me.
can. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just Instagram, it's just like, why am I spending so much time and energy into something that's not making any money? Which, I'm making YouTube videos, so it's not really. But like, I have much more fun doing this, honestly. I have a lot of fun making these podcasts and making, music, not music videos, but videos about music. I'll say that, and talking about video games and anime and movies and shit like that. That's what I have fun doing, is just talking.
I think what happened on Instagram is that all the people were attacking you directly, and not just like the tier list.
Yeah, because most of the comments were just like, "Oh, this is a dog shit ranking. Oh, this is a bad ranking." That I'm okay with, because it's like
everybody has different opinions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
some people
it's like
your
ranking. It's not like this is the only ranking of this band. It's like it's meant to be an opinion.
Yeah, I never said anything that would imply that I felt like that this would be the objective ranking, because there's really no such thing as objectivity in music, I think.
Yeah, like
really
everybody's
entertainment, because everybody's standards of good and bad are different.
Yeah,
it's just that the guys were like, "Hey, this person sucks."
Yeah,
it wasn't just like, "Oh, this tier. I disagree with this tier list." It's no, this person is awful. Which, I don't think anybody should stand for that. Right?
Yeah, no.
No.
And it's like we all know people like that have gone through like mental health issues, or even if it's not something like super extreme, like, serious depression or anything like that. But, we all feel down sometimes, I'll admit there have been times that I haven't felt too great about myself, but, it happens to everybody, I feel like. And saying shit like that to other people, especially to what effectively boils down to kill yourself, is just like, I don't have to respect you or anything like that. I don't have to engage in that stuff. I don't need to. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. And it's all because of a year-old opinion about music.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a fucking Instagram post. It's literally the most like meaningless shit ever.
It's a year old, and it's about music.
Yeah,
like it's just your taste in music. Like, not everybody's the same.
Yeah, that's the thing that I don't understand. I don't get why people can be like outraged so quickly over somebody's opinion. Not even just like what happened to me, but in general. Like, I just don't understand that. It's like, I know that, I mean, I think a lot of people are doing it on purpose to get attention, which is is stupid. I'll just say it
Trying to
bluntly.
get attention from this random guy on Instagram. Yeah.
Let's go.
Which I have like 400 followers. Like,
Trav Nort is acknowledging my comment. Wow.
Yeah. Although I'll admit, like, it feels like it felt pretty cool to have to write a review of an album by a band that you listen to and have them like the post or comment on it. Like, whenever not the last time I saw Slipknot, but the second time I saw them last year when they were touring with Killswitch Engage, because I made a post for every band that played that night, because I genuinely think that was like the best concert I'd ever been to. I still think that. And the lead singer from Killswitch Engage, whenever I tagged him in the post, and he was like, thanks for the kind words, and I'm like, I feel seen.
How many concerts have you been to? Especially with the same people. Like,
I've seen Slipknot 3 times. I'm about to have seen Megadeth twice. I've seen Lamb of God twice. Let me pull it up because in Spotify, because I think I have a pretty cool way of like remembering concerts. Like, obviously I take pictures and videos and stuff like that, but on Spotify I go on a website called Setlist FM and basically look up the all the songs that a band would play.
Okay.
And make that into like a playlist, so then I could go back and listen to it and be like, oh yeah, I remember when they played that song.
Is it the live version or just the songs?
Just the studio versions of the songs. So yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 playlists made. So 10 shows that I've been to.
I feel like recordings of live music don't work really well.
It depends, because like if you're doing just a cell phone, yeah, it sucks. But if you're getting if a band like officially puts out like a video and it's like music like it's the like what the sound people hear and like what's going through like the mixing board, that stuff sounds really good.
Even then, like, I feel like the studio versions are still better. Like, that might be like a hot take or something, but I don't know.
No, I definitely
the studio versions are they're made to sound the best, but yeah. I don't know.
I agree with you. There's a couple instances where I actually like listening to a live album. So, for example, Behemoth last year did a live stream called In Absentia Dei, I think is how you pronounce it, where they basically did this live stream concert in like this old abandoned church, because Behemoth are a pretty openly like Satanist band, and very anti-Christian. So makes sense that they would do it in a church. But last year, a few months after they did that concert, they released an album, like of all the songs that they played. And that since they were playing to no crowd and it was like a professional like recording, it sounds really good. It doesn't sound as some of the songs I think do sound better. Mostly their older stuff, because those albums just don't sound as good. But the newer stuff, yeah, I still prefer the studio version, but it's nice to hear a different like play of the song. Like, you know what I'm trying to say.
I think
it's a different
my opinion of it comes from like listening to the radio and like I'll hear a live version of a song and I'm like, man, I just want to hear the studio version. Like I'm just listening to the radio right now, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I don't really care to hear like crowd noises and stuff like that during a song. I get that.
Yeah, especially when I'm
The
just
only
like driving.
whenever the only time I don't mind that is Metallica's S&M albums, because those are like way different versions of the songs because they're playing them with a symphony, which is not
Yeah.
something they usually do. So I don't mind that. And also because they never released a studio version of No Leaf Clover. So yeah, that's the only way you can listen to that song is through the live version. So stuff like that's fine. But yeah, I don't really listen to the live albums just when I'm casually listening to music.
There's only one live album that I will actively listen to, and I don't remember the name, but it was one of the AC/DC ones that I have.
Okay.
And I don't remember what it was, but I got like a box set of like 7 albums, and like 3 of them were live ones.
Okay. One of them was probably just AC/DC Live, because that's literally one of them. It's just called
There was a
AC/DC
name
Live.
for it. I remember though.
Let me look. I'm on Spotify right now. I'll look up their live stuff.
So I'm just gonna completely change the subject. I just got first in a Fall Guys race. I can cross a check off my bucket list.
Nice.
But either way, like I do like some live versions. Like I know I have a live Nirvana song in my playlist. I think it's maybe "Come as You Are."
Okay.
Or no. I think it's the man who sold the world.
Oh yeah, stuff like that, like the Nirvana Unplugged album, or like really any of the MTV
Yeah,
Unplugged albums. That's a little different because those are like way different versions of the songs.
yeah.
So like you wouldn't have heard it otherwise. Like especially some of those cover songs that Nirvana play, because "The Man Who Sold the World" was originally by David Bowie.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, and Nirvana just covered it for that Unplugged performance.
I did not know that actually.
I actually didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do a couple other cover songs, but I don't remember what they are.
I'm not like the world's biggest Nirvana fan. Like there are some songs I listen to.
I used to
not
really like them
super
when I
in depth
was
in that.
yeah, I used to really like them when I was younger, but I think they just got played out for me. Like I just heard them too often, and then now I'm just kind of like, yeah.
See, they're still
Like
one of my favorite bands.
yeah, like
I
I
feel like
mean,
they're
if I go to listen to Nirvana, it's not going to be one of like their popular songs.
I feel like they're one
I
of the
got you.
transcended. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what I'm going to use. But they've transcended to like a different level. Like I feel like Nirvana, Sublime, and like Grateful Dead for some reason have
Yeah,
like ascended to a different plane of like music stardom. Because like even if you don't know the music, you know the band.
Oh yeah, you've heard the name before,
yeah, because like
or like you've seen the logos or something.
Yeah,
like
you've seen the logo on somebody's shirt somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like Grateful Dead, especially, is more of a brand nowadays than it is a band.
Oh yeah, easily.
Well, yeah, the band hasn't been around for like 40 years.
Still,
Yeah,
I feel like Grateful Dead and Nirvana are the most brand out of all of those.
hmm I'd argue a band is pretty close as Metallica,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I don't know. I think
Metallica is still very much a band, though.
yeah, I think Metallica is like they're popular enough of a band where if you saw somebody wear their shirt, they probably listened to the band. You know,
Oh yeah,
in some way, whether it's kind of like how Colin
but
does, where you just put together like a rock or metal playlist, and you just have a couple songs in there, or they're like diehard fans like me who have heard every album.
but you don't have like some
bunch of shirts.
13-year-old white girl who's like, I thought this was a brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Sublime Sun looks cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the other thing I don't understand is like how like people get upset at that.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like the way I see it is that like if I were to meet somebody that was wearing a Metallica shirt and I'd be like, hey, nice shirt. What's your favorite Metallica song? Because like the whole like name 3 songs bullshit to test somebody's knowledge, I think that's just retarded.
yeah.
I'll just flat out say it. It's not good.
On the spot too, it's hard to think of things.
Yeah, but it's like
It just always is though, because like somebody will ask you, and you're just like, uh,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. And for me, who's like knows a lot of music, it's like how to like what songs do I name to test that I'm like a real fan or something like that, which is another stupid ass term. But yeah, if I met somebody who was wearing a shirt of a band that I listened to, I'd be like, hey, what's your favorite song by that band? And they said, oh, I didn't know if it was a band. I'd be like, well, okay, here, like check them out. I think you would,
yeah.
I really like
yeah,
them, and I think maybe you would too. It's like the whole thing, like, because the newest season of Stranger Things used Master of Puppets in the scene
Yeah, they
where
did.
Eddie Munson played it on guitar to like distract the demons and Upside Down or whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen a single episode of the show, so I don't know
I've
what's
only
going on.
seen that scene. I haven't watched it at all. I've only ever seen that scene.
Yeah, that's all I've seen too. So I don't know much of the context behind it. But
I've
yeah,
only
I
ever.
know a lot of people were like, I guess, like gatekeeping Metallica, the most popular metal band in the world.
I don't get
yeah,
that though, because like it's not exclusive to you,
Yeah,
right?
no. And Metallica themselves they even like made a couple comments on like their TikToks and stuff like that. They said like everybody's welcome into the Metallica fandom. Everybody was at ground zero at some point, whether you've been a fan of the band for 40 hours or for 40 years, you know, we're all here.
Like it's a band. They wouldn't have made it and produced the music and put it out there to be exclusive. You know,
Yeah, exactly. The
yeah.
Black Album was like one of the highest selling albums of all time, like regardless of
they
any
wanted
music
if
genre.
they wanted to stay underground, they wouldn't have started doing shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, that or they wouldn't have musically progressed past their first couple albums.
They wouldn't have
Yeah.
musically progressed past like everybody.
Like past like
So,
Kill 'Em All, like that, like the very early sound that they had.
oh yeah,
Because like every Metallica album sounds different. Because
yeah,
like
they do.
because like Kill 'Em All is just like straight thrash, all super fast songs except for Anesthesia, which is a bass solo. But anyways, but then Ride the Lightning, mixes up a bit. There's more slower parts. There's a ballad on the album. There's you know, it sounds way different. And Master of Puppets is kind of like a mixture of those two, where it's both super fast and heavy, but also gets softer when it needs to. And then, I mean, Injustice for All is more progressive. The Black Album's more accessible. Load and Reload are more hard rock. Saint Anger's more rough around the edges. Death Magnetic is another thrashy album, and then Hardwired is a mixture of all that shit.
I really like Hardwired.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorite ones.
I love that album too. I mean, I love most of Metallica's albums, but yeah, that one's definitely up there for
Yeah,
me.
like you said, I feel like Hardwired has the most like broad, like different versions of the songs that they do.
Yeah, because they have songs like Hardwired and Spit Out the Bone that are just super fast and heavy, and then
Or
there's a song like Halo on Fire that's like a ballad, or at least
yeah,
is
There's
more slower and
also
more like hard rock, I guess.
it provides a nice like variety. Shows you
yeah,
like, all right, I
Mm,
like this part of the band. Like,
yeah,
I feel like it's a good starter album to get into the
y-
band,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
would I would definitely agree with that. I would
even though
say
it's like their most recent one.
Yeah, I would say listen to the Black Album first, and then Hardwired, and then all the early stuff. But I mean, really, you could start anywhere with Metallica, except for I think Saint Anger, and you'd get it. Because Saint Anger is pretty tough to listen to. I don't know if you ever listened to that one, Logan.
I feel like I have, but I couldn't tell you any of the songs that are on it.
Yeah, the the I mean, I'll be honest. I watched the documentary they made about the album before I actually listened to it. So I feel like my mindset was like kind of altered because I looked at the album from the perspective of, oh, this was a band that was in a really tough spot. Their bassist left. You know, James Hetfield was dealing with alcohol issues, and Lars was being a huge asshole like he always is.
Like always.
Yep. And then Kirk is just like the most like chill dude ever, and he's just like, come on, let's just make some music.
The what is he? I don't know what he is now. Is the bassist now? But Robert Trujillo.
He's the bass player now.
He I was watching a documentary about it. He what the thing that really put him above everybody else that was trying out for the band is that he managed to play most of the songs without a pick. So he was
Yeah.
just like playing with his fingers.
Yeah, because that's how Cliff Burton used to do it. Their original bass player, he never used a pick, and he was able to like shred on the bass
Yeah.
like you would on a guitar. He was playing some pretty intricate stuff.
Like
And,
I've seen
yeah.
Metallica in person and it's fucking wicked.
Oh yeah, I would love to go see Metallica. They're like, I don't really have like many like bucket list bands, but the two that I definitely would like to see are Metallica and Iron Maiden. Because
Yeah.
the only other one that I would really think of would be Slayer, but I've seen Slayer, thankfully. I was fortunate enough to be
I
able to
feel
see
like
them.
Iron Maiden concerts would be just outrageous.
Oh yeah, that's
I feel
why.
like they would definitely be absolutely insane.
Yeah, they have like completely different backdrops for every song, and
Yeah.
like that's a lot.
You know who was crazy to see in person?
Ooh.
Amon Amarth.
Oh, I want to see them.
They weren't even
I
like
don't
that.
know.
You know who Amon Amarth is, Colin?
No, I don't know who that is.
They're
It's
a
like
yeah,
Nordic
they're
metal.
yeah, it's like they're a Swedish death metal band, but they sing about like Nordic stuff, like Vikings, like Norse mythology,
Yeah.
like Thor, Loki, like not Marvel
Oh,
Thor, Loki stuff. Which
yeah,
that's
like
funny. I
actual
used to have
legends.
I don't know if you remember, but I used to have an Amon Amarth T-shirt that had the lyrics to Twilight of the Thunder God on the back, and
I do.
Oh, that's what
everybody,
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
it
I know
was
what
a
you're
lyric.
talking about.
Yeah, it was a lyric to one of the songs, and everybody would like whenever they would make comments about it, it's like, oh yeah, Thor, he's awesome, I love that, and it's like I love that movie or something like that, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
like it's not Marvel's Thor.
It's not he's not blonde. He's a drunken bastard.
Yeah, he's fat.
I'm sorry.
That's funny to think that fat Thor from like Endgame was like probably the most realistic depiction of Thor.
Yeah, because in reality, Thor's a big fat asshole with red hair.
hmm
But yeah, Amon Amarth, whenever they were playing their songs, because the concert I went to was Metal Church, Butcher Babies, Suicidal Tendencies, Amon Amarth, and then Megadeth.
Ooh,
And
that's a pretty
I think
decent
it
lineup.
was I think it was Butcher Babies right before them, and they managed to change the whole stage in like 5 minutes to like this whole
Damn.
like lightning thing, and like they brought out this huge Viking ship that they were standing on. It was crazy.
Yeah, I've heard there. Like I saw like some footage that like they would have like people dressed up as Vikings and they would like fight each other on stage while the band's playing. I thought that was really cool.
That
But
concert was
yeah,
great, actually.
yeah. They actually just released a new album today, so I need to listen to that.
What is it with everybody releasing new music today?
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, yeah. Monomarth released an album. Soulfly, another band I like, released an album. Eminem released his second greatest hits album. I'm not really sure who else dropped new stuff.
There's
That
another
was
one, but
that
I'm
was all that
blanking
was
on
on
it.
my radar.
I was talking with Deegan about it. There was another one.
Okay.
I know Drake released a song today with DJ Khaled and I think Lil Baby. It is sampled "Staying Alive." It kind of sucked.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. It
Most
wasn't too good.
Yeah, I saw that Drake like released like surprise released a whole album that was like house and like more like dance music, which is not what he normally
He
makes.
did.
And
No, I stayed up until midnight to listen to that because I saw the Instagram post and I was like, "New album tonight? What?" So I stayed up, listened to it, yeah, it's more like background music and like club music. There's only one song that really goes like really gets you pumped, and it's the very last song of the album, the only one with the feature. Like,
Yeah, and
Is
didn't
it
that song
DJ
already
Khaled?
come out before the album did?
no, every song of the album was brand new.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't follow Drake. It's sometimes I sometimes forget that you have like the most broad music taste out of like our entire like friend
Yeah.
group. Cuz
Oh yeah,
we're pretty much all like in our own like separate camps. Like I'm a huge metalhead, Logan's a metalhead, Tyler's a metalhead. You know, James likes metal and rock, and then you like pretty much everything.
yeah. I'll play music at the pool sometimes, and my boss will be like, "I'm surprised you know this much," and I'm like, "I just like good music. I don't know what to tell you." Like,
Like that's
Yeah.
the thing, right? It doesn't have to be a specific genre. If it's good, it's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's how I've been feeling lately, but I mean, I gravitate towards heavier stuff because that's just what I enjoy listening to the most. So like because like the kind of the like revelation that I had recently was that I don't hate country as a genre. I just don't like a lot of what's like super mainstream
No,
because
I
it
You
all
don't like
actually
sounds
just
the
figured that out too
because it all sounds
because
like
I've
it all sounds very similar. Like I feel like with like at least with country, I'm sure with rap and with pop too, and maybe rock to an extent. I feel like there's a lot of like label interference, if that makes sense. Like the label executives being like, "Hey, we need this song to sound like this," so that way it's like almost like a guaranteed hit.
I feel like all country songs are just like blue jeans, big tits, drinking beer in the back of my truck.
Yeah,
And like
that's what people want to listen to, apparently.
exactly.
dude, that's
They
actually
figured
my
out
favorite country song. It's yeah, I know what you mean though. They all sound very similar.
because they figured out the formula and they know that the formula works. So why would they deviate from it? It makes
Like,
sense from their perspective,
Hmm.
right?
no use fixing what's not broken. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way like big companies make like movies and stuff.
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a that's what a lot of people feel about like Marvel, and I get it to an extent, but I still enjoy watching it, so it's like I don't have too much
You
of an
enjoy
issue
them,
with it. Yeah,
but when you think about it, man, all of these are kind of the same.
yeah, but I mean that almost like comforts me in a way because I know what I'm getting whenever I watch.
Yeah.
Whenever I watched Doctor Strange, I knew I knew I was in for at least a decent time, you know. And the same
Still
with
haven't watched that movie.
it's good.
yeah,
It's
it's actually really good.
I think it's well, I would say that and No Way Home are like like the top two movies of Phase 4 so far of
Is it
Marvel.
actually really good? Like, is it actually really,
I
really good?
loved it. I thought it was
Like,
great
is it
because
actually really
it's
good?
yeah, because
Maybe not
it's
like a
Really good.
complete 10 out of 10, but it is
yeah. I
pretty
wouldn't
good.
say it's like a complete like 10 out of 10 like must see, but I mean, if you like Doctor Strange and you like him doing weird magic shit
A
and
must-see movie of the year.
you like some like horror shit like sewn into it because Sam Raimi did direct it, then yeah,
Whatever
I think
happened to that like X-Men horror movie that was coming out? Did that ever come out?
there was an X-Men horror movie.
Yeah.
X
Oh,
Was
you know
that
what
the
I'm
New
talking about?
Mutants? Yeah,
horror
was that
Yeah.
the New Mutants?
the New
That
Mutants
released a couple years
X-Men horror
ago.
movie, the New Mutants, yeah,
That actually
2020.
came out.
Yeah, it came out, I think, like Travis just said, 2020. I
Yeah,
heard it
Bro,
wasn't good though.
I thought it got the Batgirl treatment and just got snapped out of existence. What the heck?
yeah. The Google comes up. The New Mutants was theatrically released in the United States on August 28th, 2020 by 20th Century Studios. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, it must have not been very good at all.
It was 20th Century Fox's attempt to like reboot the
Mm-hmm.
X-Men because it's like, oh, Hugh Jackman and all these people are getting a little too older now. We can't really use them. So they tried to redo it, and people just wanted the original X-Men, so it didn't do good.
Well, it was the first X-Men property that had come out since Logan, right?
No, Dark Phoenix happened after that.
I haven't even seen that
Oh,
one.
I forgot
Yeah,
about that movie. Both of those movies completely fell off my radar.
Dark Phoenix was the only one I said. But yeah, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now, and The critic score is 35% and the audience score is 56% for the New Mutants. So yeah, people didn't like it.
It doesn't
least
seem like it would be
on
an
Rotten
awful
Tomatoes.
movie, but it's not very good.
I feel like it'd be one of those movies that you watch, like, and you enjoy them in the moment, but as soon as you're done watching it, you don't remember anything about it.
Like you watch it, and then as soon as it's over, you're like, all right, time to find something else to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was fine, I guess.
that's kind of like how the Fast and Furious movies are to me. It's like I enjoy watching them, but
New ones are.
I don't really remember a whole lot of what happens between some of the movies.
I am a staunch believer that Tokyo Drift is the best Fast and Furious movie. People can
I've ne-
It's
come after
bull.
me or whatever.
I like Tokyo Drift. I think it was good because they tried to do something different,
I have to
I've never
rewatch
gotten
all those.
and I
into
thought it
Fast
was
and Furious franchise.
the
I've
f-
never been in,
the
but like
first
out of all of
one.
them,
The first one's really good because that's like the one that actually feels like a street racing movie.
They're actually
yeah,
furious and they actually go fast.
there's not tanks and
They don't
The
go to
Rock's not
space.
in it yet.
Yeah, there's not Vin Diesel latching his tire
Oh, yeah,
onto a grappling hook to swing across a canyon. That
Did
is
you ever see the Need for Speed movie that came out?
no. I forgot that there
It
was a
came
Need
out
for Speed movie. I
came
never
out
saw.
in like 2015, say
Hmm.
2020, 2013, 2014, 2015. It was pretty good actually. I enjoyed it.
2014. It looks like it came out.
Hmm.
Yeah. The nice thing about just staring at a laptop screen while we're while we're talking is that I can literally Google anything.
Yeah,
So if we're not sure on
you're not
something, I can always look it up.
playing Fall Guys like we are.
Yeah.
Oh, like I was saying before we started, like I feel like in order to get that true experience, I need to be playing something, so my brain just shuts off and I'm just talking. You know?
Yeah,
Like just
I
yesterday.
definitely get that.
Yeah, just yesterday I told Logan one of my bucket list items is to come in first on a Fall Guys race. I just did it there,
Happened.
didn't even know I did it, got the achievement. Logan texted me, he goes, "Holy shit, you just did it." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am with like music cuz whenever I would when I still listen to new albums, I like to play games while I'm doing it cuz like if I'm just staring at the album cover or whatever, listen to it, I get bored.
Yeah.
But if like my mind's like engaged on something else, then I pay attention to the music more and I can actually like
You like
listen to it.
absorb it in a way. It's weird.
Yeah. And like maybe you hear something that maybe somebody else wouldn't if they're just, you know, just listening to it or doing something
See,
more productive probably.
I'm the opposite. Whenever I listen to an album, I like to just like have it pulled up on my phone, listen, and then if I like the song, I'll add the song to my playlist, you know?
Yeah, I can understand that.
You you
It's
you
different for
listen to the
everybody, I
whole
think.
album and then pick songs that you like. You don't just listen to it and be like, all right, this song sucks. This song sucks.
No, I don't listen to the whole thing. I like song by song. Like after the song ends, I'll be like, okay, you know, that one can go in the playlist.
What I
Wow.
usually do is that whenever I'm done listening to the whole thing, I hit like on all the songs that I remember enjoying. Because like whenever I would, because like whenever there was a brief time where I wanted to listen to every Black Sabbath album, I only got as far as Born Again because that
I'm gonna
album
say that's a pretty ambitious
was
thing.
yeah. I mean, it's not yeah because I did
It's not like
it's
crazy, but like
yeah it's a lot. So yeah, I didn't make it past Born Again, which is I forget what album number it is, but yeah, it's I made it probably about halfway through their discography before I decided to quit. Because most of those later era albums also aren't on Spotify, and
really.
so yeah, because what happened? Because I looked into it too, because I was confused, and they signed with a label that eventually like shut down, and
Oh,
so like whoever like it's kind of in limbo of like who actually owns the music. so like nobody can like actually like redistribute it.
I feel like that's
Huh.
the problem with like modern music things is the band doesn't own the music, the label does.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
that's why I think that's why so many bands are going independent, so that they own the music or starting their own labels.
And like there was that whole thing with like what was it like Sir why am I blanking on the name? Metallica sued them.
Napster. Well, Napster was a little different that that was like illegal
That was like a streaming
downloading.
service.
Well, Napster is now. It's a streaming service now, but before then, it was like illegally downloaded music that other people would share.
Oh, you downloaded them? I thought it was like a Groove Shark kind of thing, where it was like an illegal like streaming service.
Yeah.
No,
Bro,
I think I
Groove
think
Shark was
Napster
OP, bro.
more worked by. I think it was more like a just a straight like pirating website, pretty much.
Oh shit!
And
I didn't know that.
I think the reason why Metallica sued Napster was because they did a song for Mission Impossible 2, and I guess that song got leaked like before it was supposed to come out on Napster, and that's why they got.
Oh,
I think that's part of the reason why they got upset. Plus, they weren't like actually making anything off of those downloads and those streams.
royalties.
Yeah, because like because like and I mean it makes sense because it's like why would you spend $10 on a CD or $20 on a vinyl when you can just download the songs for free?
It makes sense for the consumer, but not for the band.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why Metallica sued them.
Who else was it that got upset? Wasn't it?
Well, Taylor Swift like recently wanted to like re-record all her old music so that way she technically owned the songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because there was something about
that's why
Spotify, right?
No, it was
I
something
don't
with
think
her label
Spotify
that.
specifically.
No, I think it was her label. Her label, whoever she was signed to, I think like
Yeah, that
either didn't give her part of the royalties or something like that. I'm not really too sure what happened. All I know is that Taylor Swift got upset. She felt like she should be owning the rights to her music, and so she wanted to re-record
I
all
mean,
of her
honestly, she
past
should be.
albums.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
That's
I
why
think
like if you look up like any of her popular songs, it'll come up with like the song and then the song Taylor's version, which that's like the re-recorded. She owns this one, you know.
yeah, like this is the interpretation of the song that she owns and what you should probably listen to. That's how I
Really,
interpret
so
it.
both of them are still out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, both of them are still out there.
Yeah, so like I think
Really?
Red was the album that she remade.
Yeah,
So
she did
like
the whole entire thing.
yeah, she re-recorded every song and I think remade one of the songs to be longer. Because
Yeah, there's a all too well
yeah,
10
because
minutes.
I know people were freaking about. It's like, oh, it's song's too long. It's 10 minutes long, and I'm like thinking like I'm thinking like,
Eh,
so we're
That's
just
just a
not gonna
guitar
tell.
solo from Freebird.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not gonna tell him about Tool.
10 minutes is just a guitar solo. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Sleep has a fucking album that's just an hour long song.
Really?
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's like one
That's the
riff.
whole album.
Yeah. Well, technically, it's two songs. There's the main song, which is "Dope Smoker," because it's like a stoner metal song. So,
Okay.
and then there's like a
So
live
it's just
version
like
of another
noise.
song. Not really noise. It's just like it's just like one or two like droning riffs and like a couple of like lyric passages for an hour. I listened to it. It's not that great, honestly.
I
But
feel like that's something you put on your sleep. Like people put on like rain noises and stuff. Like you put on like that in your sleep.
maybe. I mean, that or you just smoke a shit ton of weed and just
Don't
Yeah.
really care what
become
you're listening to.
frozen in your chair. Yeah, just become frozen in your chair because everything sounds like heaven.
I don't understand listening to music in your sleep. I never got it.
I don't I feel like I would be too engaged in actually listening to the music rather
Yeah.
than trying to fall
It's
asleep.
like I've tried it before, and I just feel like I can't fall asleep. But I
Yeah,
understand it helps some people, right?
yeah. I sleep.
I don't. Me
I sleep with
personally,
I sleep with a sound machine, and I think that helps just to have something going on. Because like whenever I wouldn't have it, and it was just silence, it was like it was like, okay, it's really quiet in here. Like I would focus on that. But now that
You
like,
can't be alone with your own mind.
You
yeah,
just like pick up
well, I
the
mean,
creaks of the floor or something.
I'm still like that. Like because my mind is just constantly going and going and going. I don't really ever
The
like.
inner machinations of my own mind drown me.
I thought you were going to say the line from SpongeBob, like the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma, and it's just a fucking video of milk dropping. But yeah, it's just like I feel like my mind is very active, and probably because I stimulated too much with fucking bullshit. But
You stimulate too much. Huh. Damn. I didn't know you swung like
not
that.
that,
Huh.
not that
I
kind
see
of,
you. I see you.
not that kind of stimulation, but
I see you. Okay. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, but like it's nice to have even something just like kind of static to listen to because it helps. It helps. I think it helps me fall asleep because I don't
I mean,
focus
if
on
it works for you, it
it
works for
being
you.
quiet.
But like,
Yeah,
I personally just don't get it.
yeah, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
I feel like I would do the same thing I do with movies or like TV shows where it's I'm in the process of falling asleep and then I wake back up and it's like, yo, what the heck's going on now? When did I get
Yeah.
here? Like,
Like I'd be listening to a song and I'd get like 2 minutes in and I'd be like, wait, what do you say? And I'd have to
yeah,
start
like
over.
when did this artist start playing?
When I was on a Metallica album, how the fuck did Joji start playing? What?
Yeah,
Yeah, you just hear like glimpses of us as you're just like trying to fall
Literally,
asleep.
like, that's a good song.
It is.
it
I really
is.
like it.
I really like that song. It's very sad, and I feel like I don't really get the emotions behind it personally. But I feel
Yeah,
like
that's yeah that yeah. I don't really like relate to that song, but I understand why it's upsetting because it's like oh, you basically wish that because it basically says that he wishes his current girlfriend was his ex. Basically, that's what it is.
it's
It's
the
supposed to be like he looks in his girlfriend's eyes and all he can think about is his ex
his
girlfriend.
ex girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, and
like
I
even
mean,
though they broke up, he still wants to be with her,
yeah,
and you know,
Yeah.
that's
While we're on
something.
the topic of Joji, I just won a Fall Guys game, so
I was literally second, and I was about to start crying.
I was gonna say I didn't know if you noticed or not, but like, yeah,
I
I just
did.
won. All right.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah,
I was
I've.
falling. We were all falling at the same time, and I guess he just fell last.
Mm,
No, I dove.
so you guys were fall guys.
We were.
I don't even know if that picked up, but I did the rim shot thing on my desk.
You actually, I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah,
I
it
didn't
might
know.
not have picked up in the microphone, but whatever.
That that would have been
Redundant.
the perfect time for the cricket noise. Travis, you don't get it. Every time Joey's been making jokes recently, we just been playing cricket noises because he was laughing at his own joke for like a minute the other night.
I do that
So,
sometimes. I'll say something that I think is just fucking hilarious, and I'll just die laughing to it.
but like it was completely not funny, and
Yeah,
he was just laughing at it.
like there was a time where I think it was me and James and my friend Ben. We were playing Call of Duty together, and James was talking about some shit about like the Confederate flag and like what it like the old name for it was, and I said I was like, he's like, did you know what the Confederate flag would like used to be called back in the day? And I was like, racist, but nobody heard me, and he just kept going on, and I just died laughing because it's those kind of jokes that like that go like under the radar that I think are the funniest, you know.
I get that.
I'm trying to play the cricket noises into my mic, and it's not
I
picking
was
it
about
up.
to say, is
Damn it!
that what you're trying to fucking do?
It's not picking it
Half,
up. Damn it!
Oh man.
half the time though, he'll do that, and we'll all be laughing at the cricket noise rather than the joke.
Yeah, I can look it up. Get noises. I mean, it won't be as funny doing this, but
I put it right next to my mic. How is it not picking that up?
Okay, you probably didn't hear that, but I played cricket noises. It
Yeah.
was like a nighttime thing to listen to while you're sleeping, but whatever. The point has been taken across.
Yeah.
Ye
How long have we
Yeah.
been recording for?
An hour, and that just realized I never talked about the Rob Zombie concert.
Oh yeah. You did say you were gonna bring that up.
Yeah, so the other night I went to see Rob Zombie. He was touring with well the bill was Rob Zombie, Mudvayne, Static X, and Power Man 5000. So like pretty much all like 2000s like metal. And it was cool to see them all because Mudvayne recently like reunited since they broke up like 10 years ago or something like that because their singer was in another band.
Really?
Yeah, the singer from Mudvayne, Chad Gray, he joined the band Hell Yeah. I don't know if you ever listened to them with Vinnie Paul on drums.
I'm gonna be honest. I had
Mm.
never heard of Mudvayne until you were talking about him earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The only person in that entire bill that you mentioned was Rob Zombie. Was the only one I got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who they
Mudvayne
are, I'm not gonna lie.
Mudvayne is basically like Slipknot light, I guess. They're very similar to like Slipknot, I would say.
Baby's
Okay.
first Slipknot.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but they're
Nah.
stylistically very similar, I would say. Because like
Baby's first Slipknot.
because they have like songs that are very heavy, very aggressive, just like blisteringly intense, and probably doesn't even make sense. But then they have songs that are also like really catchy and more like I guess like rock focused than like straight metal.
Yeah, I got you.
The words "baby's first Slipknot" out of context is frightening. Because a Slipknot is a noose. So
Yeah, I remember in art
Hey,
class one
baby's
time,
how
first.
you learn.
sixth grade, the art teacher was talking about how to make a Slipknot, and I was like yeah, just like. But
Continue with concert.
but yeah, so yeah, basically, they're Mudvayne's lead singer Chad Gray. He joined a band called Hell Yeah with Vinnie Paul from Pantera playing drums, and since Vinnie Paul passed away a few years ago, he the band pretty much stopped, and so he decided to bring back Mudvayne.
Okay.
So
Why did he
Yeah.
leave Mudvayne in the first place?
well, I think because he was focused on Hell Yeah, and I mean it was never like he left the band or anything like that because the band kind of like they all agreed that it was time for a break because I think they all went to do different stuff if I'm right. But yeah, so they figured now's the time to reunite and go back together and play the old songs. And yeah, it was a great time. Power Man 5000, they were a decent opener. You know, they didn't have a whole lot to work with, but you know, with the few songs that they played, they did a good job, I guess, of like warming everybody up.
That doesn't even sound like a metal band. That
Power,
sounds like a fucking. It literally sounds like a fucking Japanese kids show.
Power Man 5000.
Power
Yeah,
Man 5000.
it kind of does. Well, they're kind of like they have like a very like sci-fi theme to their music.
Okay.
And
I like
actually,
when bands have themes.
yeah. Actually, fun fact about Power Man 5000: the lead singer is Rob Zombie's brother.
Oh,
Yeah, Spider is his name.
what is he? Spider.
Yeah, Spider One is his name. I don't know what his real name is, but
Nah, his full legal name is just Spider.
yeah,
Rob Zombie's brother.
Spider
Dan
One.
Mummy.
Michael David Cummings, better known as Spider One, is an American singer. Yeah, he's the younger sibling of singer and filmmaker Rob Zombie.
I'm sorry, Michael David Cummings, that I laughed at your name.
I think that's why he doesn't go by that name.
That's probably why. Because children like.
What?
What?
You
What?
you kind of cut out there, or did you stop talking?
Oh. No, he probably doesn't use that name because of children like me who laugh at it.
Yeah. Now you got me
Dummies.
laughing at
It's
it.
a funny name.
But yeah, after they were done, Static X played, and they had some lights, and that was about it. But it was neat seeing them
Ooh,
because
I
because their singer is Logan. Do you know who the band Dope is?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, they do that Die Motherfucker Die song. The lead singer from that band is
that's
now
them. Back up.
yeah the band's called Dope.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of
Or
a Burn motherfucker. Never
no,
mind.
that's Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, I
But
was like that was originally them. Like I knew Five Finger covered a lot of songs, but I didn't think that was one of them.
Well, Colin
no,
didn't know that Mama Said Knock You Out was a cover until
No.
I
I,
told him.
I
I
didn't know.
did.
Yeah, to be fair, I
I
didn't know
did
it was
know
a
that
cover
before
for a while.
prior. I just didn't know initially. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a cover before until my dad told me. He was like, that's an LL Cool J song or something like that. And I'm like, I did not know that.
I think it's better than the original, personally.
I never really listened to the original, but I don't listen to a lot of rap. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying. The lead singer from Dope is now the lead singer and guitar player of Static X because the original singer Wayne Static he died a few years back. And so, but it's weird because it's not like, oh, we just have a different singer now. It's he wears this mask that has that looks like his face. Not really like his face, but he wears a mask and he has the spiked up hair like Wayne Static does. Because that was like his thing, was that his hair was all spiked up. And so they call him Zero. He's supposed to be anonymous, but everybody figured out was the lead singer of Dope anyways, because, if you listen to his voice, sounds very similar. But yeah,
Is it meant to be like
it's meant to be a
an
tribute.
homage to the original singer?
Yeah, it's meant to be a tribute because even during one of the songs, he was like, "We're gonna play this song in tribute to our brother Wayne Static." So like, it wasn't meant to be like almost like they were replacing him, or like he
Well, like
never died or anything like that. But they just did it as a tribute.
they say that he is Wayne Static, or do they just
No,
only refer
he
to him as
goes.
Zero?
Yeah, he goes by Zero, but it's like an X and then Eero. It's weird. They're an edgy fucking new metal band.
The band is called Static X. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't expect any less from them. But yeah, and then Mudvayne came on and they played mostly songs from their first album. I found out when I was making my playlist of all the songs they played, which makes sense because they also used because they used to wear makeup back in the day, like when they first started.
I mean,
Because
like full makeup, or like
they wore like here. Let me find a picture of them from like 2000, because that was when their first album came out. Yeah, here's a good photo. I'm gonna put it in the podcast general real quick if I can figure out how to upload a file. Yep, there we go. We're figuring this shit out as we go. Downloads.
none of us know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's pretty obvious. Where's it at? Did it not download?
Because you don't know how to use a computer.
I do know how to use a computer. I'm just where I would look for shit. It's not there unless it's on the desktop.
You could just share your screen with us.
That is true.
This is all very riveting for people listening.
I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I think I've seen the watch time. Nobody listens past the like 4-minute mark, so I think it's all right. But
Do you see me just like hop around?
yeah, a little bit. But yeah, this is what they used to look like back in the
Okay.
day, and they wear this exact same makeup now, as like a tribute
Right,
to that
okay.
time. Yeah, that's why I said they're like Slipknot light, pretty much.
Got it.
So yeah, let me stop doing that. But yeah, their set was good. They sounded really good. They played all the big songs. It was cool. Their backdrop changed because like originally they had like a banner that was like just like the M logo that they have, And then
Mhm.
like halfway through the set, it changed like this graphic of like skeletons that are like one's wearing a crown of thorns and another has horns, like he's the devil. And it was, edgy stuff, but that's how it is.
Will say that the stage decorations for certain bands will like make or break concerts.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Like when I was at the Metallica concert, they had these huge squares like suspended from the ceiling,
Hmm.
and they were like projecting different like war scenes and shit on them for different songs, and it was crazy.
Yeah, well, that brings me to
Mhm.
Rob Zombie. He had video screens like basically covering the entire stage
But like I said
that were playing
earlier,
like
he's a
music videos.
performer.
Yeah, yeah, he's a very Rob Zombie is a very good performer. Like, and he chooses
Oh
very good
yeah,
musicians to be around because his guitar player John Five, he did like a guitar solo like halfway through the set where it was just him. And bro, I'm so jealous. He makes that shit look so easy, and he was just like going all the way up and down the neck. He's just again making it look easy, and I'm like, bruh, I
see
can't
the
even.
thing between you and him, Travis, is you're not on enough drugs.
I think
You
he's
just do a
actually
That's the
little
problem.
bit more, and you're good.
no.
If you did like,
I think he's sober, actually.
oh,
But he's
damn,
also like,
all right.
I think he's also much older than me, so so he's
If you were
probably got
just
a
like a
lot longer.
little bit older, if you were like at least 3, you could probably do it.
Mm,
Yeah, I'd
well,
say that's about right.
I don't know about that, but but
Because
yeah,
everybody knows that you're only 2 years old right now. So
yeah, that is the lore. I am 2 years old.
yeah, everybody knows that.
Write
All
that
the
down.
avid from the abyss listeners know that. They
Yeah.
know the Travnort lore.
If there's not a meme in a decade about Travis being 2, I swear to God.
If I don't Google Travnort and a fucking fandom website comes up, man,
Age speculated 2.
reality 47.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking hilarious. I would love that. That would be awesome. But yeah, Rob Zombie, he has like I said, he's a very good performer, and he had video screens covering the entire stage that would play like whenever he because the last song they played was Dracula because that's like his big song, and
That's
like
like the song he's known for.
yeah, yeah, that's why I think he ended with that one. But yeah, like the video screens were all playing like the music video of it while he was performing the song, which was pretty cool. Like I think I forget during which song. I think it was Never Gonna Stop. He played like this weird like anime on the screen, and just like everybody just had their titties out. Like
Like in the crowd or in the anime?
in the anime.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what kind of concert did you go to?
Yeah, no. I have a feeling that's going to happen at the Motley Crue concert next week because I've seen footage of Tommy Lee coming out and saying, like, we've been all around here and I haven't seen one pair of titties yet, even though he's married. But
Yeah, but still,
Nah, he's living the rock star persona. He gets a
he's
pass.
Tommy Lee. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
fair enough, I guess. Whenever you do enough drugs, you can do whatever you want, I guess.
Enough sex tapes.
Yeah.
You can do what you want.
It's so funny that they made that series about that tape, and the fucking guy that plays the Winter Soldier played him.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan. He
Sebastian
played as Tommy
Stan.
Lee. He
Yeah,
played Tommy Lee, and I don't remember the lady that played Pamela Anderson's name.
yeah, I don't remember either. I'll look it up.
I feel like I should know her name.
Pam and Tommy cast. Lily
I feel like it's gonna
James.
Lily James. What else has she been in?
Let's see.
Pull up her IMDb.
Yeah, that's like the first link that pulled up. Um, Known for Cinderella from 2015.
I forgot that
Cinderella
was a
live
movie.
action.
I forgot that existed.
Yeah, I forgot that was a movie.
Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Oh yeah, she was in Mamma Mia.
Baby Driver.
Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Different Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
Very
it's
different.
I know.
it's far different from
We're
that.
talking about the ABBA Mamma Mia. I know. I've seen
Yeah.
the play.
But it's like a sequel because this movie came out in 2018.
Oh.
I actually really like ABBA. The more I think about it,
Oh no, I do too.
ABBA's one of those bands, like one of those artists where I like where they if they come on, I'm not going to complain about it. Like, oh yeah, it's ABBA, nice. You know, they've got good songs, but I'm never going to go out of my way to listen to them.
like I feel like almost all of their songs are just a fucking vibe. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can just put it on. Yeah,
Yeah, like you put it on to
I'm
kind of
listening
set.
to ABBA.
Yeah, you put it on to set the mood, but it's not. But for me, it's not something that I like actively listen to.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
Like if it comes on the playlist, you know, it's very welcome.
Hmm.
Some
No,
of
there
the
was one
songs,
night.
some of them are
Me
not
and
very good.
James. Yeah, me and James were absolutely bumping "Give Me a Man Before Midnight" or "Give Me a Man After Midnight." Oh, one of the two. I think the song's just called "Gimme Gimme,"
Yeah, it's
but
just,
we
yeah,
were
it's gimme, gimme,
bumping
gimme.
it.
Yeah, that happens. But yeah,
I've
during
been
they
I've
have.
been to
No, you
go
go
ahead.
first, Colin.
That was Logan.
Or
I was gonna say I've been vibing to "Lay All Your Love on Me," but
okay.
you can go ahead, Travis.
But yeah, I was gonna say during I think like part of the way through Rob Zombie's set, he like went backstage or whatever, I guess, to change outfits, and then they played the trailer for the Monsters on his screen because he just finished making that movie, and it's coming out soon, I think. So that was neat. And he also brought like dudes like wearing costumes of like different monsters and stuff like that on stage. So it was kind of like they would walk around, which was
That's
pretty
kind of
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Megadeth also did something similar whenever I saw them. They had one Vic Rattlehead go out that's like the cyborg version. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Logan. Where
I
like
know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, like he would like did he like show a flashlight on everybody?
He shot fire out of his arms.
Okay, well he didn't do that, but that actually sounds awesome. Yeah, at this show he just like had a big flashlight and was like pointing at everybody. And then during Peace Cells, there was like the classic Vic Rattlehead in like the suit, and he was like hugging Dave Mustaine while the song was playing.
Megadeth also does the thing with the screens, but like they're like 8-bit like things of Vic Rattlesnake.
Yeah,
They're crazy.
yeah, they're like very small, but they just have like play like different like I guess like gifs or like little animations. They don't do like
Yeah.
they don't do like full on videos like Rob Zombie does.
No. But they're still cool.
Yeah, I would agree. It's still very
Something.
cool.
They're like they do the Vic Rattlesnake ones, and then when they're playing songs from the Dystopia album, they do the what is the name of the character? The Liberty. Does it have a name?
I don't know.
I don't think it has a name actually, unless I'm just not sure of it. But it's like a Statue of Liberty head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm
I
sure
don't
I
know
know
if
what you're talking about. But yeah, it was neat. Like whenever they played like the instrumental song from that album, the cyborg Vic Rattlehead like that's when he came out and shined the flashlight on everybody.
okay. Yeah, he was shooting fire at him like underneath his arms. Like he had like a wrist mounted like flamethrower. It was cool.
Yeah, that sounds dope. I would have loved to see that. But yeah, Megadeth's a great live band
Oh yeah.
for for as much history as there is, how much Dave Mustaine's been through. The dude can still play guitar like there's no tomorrow.
Easily. I mean, as a former member of Metallica, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
He couldn't let himself be shown up by everybody else.
Yeah,
He had to
because I
just
mean, Yeah, because I mean, Megadeth was literally like started as like a revenge plot against Metallica. It was like I'm gonna be even better. Like I'm gonna play even harder. I'm gonna play even faster.
Where are
I'm gonna
you,
be
but
I,
even
better.
more offensive.
I like that. I love Metallica. No, I love Megadeth's like style. I love that thrash kind of
Yeah,
speed
yeah, me
metal.
too. Me too. But also like Metallica, Megadeth has a lot of variety in their albums too. Because like they have
Yeah, they do.
a bunch of albums that are like super hard, super fast, super heavy, and then they have an album like say Euthanasia that is more just like heavy metal, and then there's like Cryptic Writings, which is like honestly like more like hard rock.
One of my favorite Megadeth albums is United Abominations.
That is a good one. Yes, I really like that one.
Nobody else talks about it other than me.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, it was very underrated. It was one of my whenever I did a Megadeth tier list, that was one of my top. I think it was in my top five because I think my top five was it was Rust in Peace, Euthanasia, Dystopia, I think United Abominations, and Countdown to Extinction.
Yeah, I think I think Dystopia might be my favorite album.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I really like I like the way that that album sounds like. Like it's still fashy, but they tune their guitars differently on that one, so it sounds much heavier than their older stuff.
Their older stuff is not bad. It's just
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like Peace Cells and stuff like that's fucking
yeah.
legendary. But yeah, have you heard any of the new songs they released?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Yeah, they have a new album coming out next month, and it's kind of the same style as Dystopia, which is why I'm really excited for it. One of the songs features Ice-T.
How are they gonna pull that off?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ice-T has
That's
like a
not.
he does like a he doesn't like rap on it. He just does like a spoken word bit
Oh,
Okay.
on the song.
Kind of like who was it? Was it Jim Carrey on like a Weekend album or something?
yeah. It was on Dawn FM. Jim Carrey did like interludes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that album was made to be like you were listening to the radio, like there was a host that interjected and
Yeah.
Hmm.
talked. Yeah, I heard about that. That's cool.
Dawn FM. That was an album that like I listened to it the first time. I was like, eh, this is okay. And then as you listen to it more, it's like, all right, this hits. I see what he was doing.
Yeah,
You know.
I think that was kind of this general like thing too with it was that like when it first came out, people were like either loved it or they weren't really a fan of it, and then like with all music, I think
Yeah.
people come around to it more later on.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It even sometimes is like that with movies too, because like the amazing like to go completely off topic from like metal and stuff like that, but like the Amazing Spider-Man movies are cool now, but they weren't like when they first came out. At least the first one was, I feel like, because I feel like a lot of people like actually remember that movie, or at least those two movies, like pretty fondly now. And of course, I think a lot of that might be nostalgic, because oh my god, Andrew Garfield was in No Way Home, and so was Tobey Maguire, and it's like, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely think like No Way Home set the Amazing Spider-Man back into popularity.
The
yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man when they first came out, they were not received as well as they are now.
yeah,
Like at
No.
all.
And I'll admit it, I didn't like them as much as I liked Toby's back in the day. So like I'm
Oh
not
no, me
gonna try
neither.
to gatekeep and be like, oh yeah, I've liked these ever since they came out and nobody agreed with me like everybody on the internet says.
No,
yeah.
I didn't think they were the
My
best. I like Toby's more. I still like Toby's more, honestly.
my
Yeah.
thing, yeah, I sort of agree. My thing with them is that like I feel like I like them now because I'd never seen them before. Because like because I'd seen like little bits of the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, but
Uh-huh.
like, but I never watched Spider-Man 2 or 3, and I never watched The Amazing Spider-Man. You know, Tom Holland's version kind of got me into the character. And so, like, seeing No Way Home, it was like, okay, now I want to see these movies again because I want to know the context behind why they are the way they are, you know? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been spoiled for what happens in them, but still, I wanted to watch them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think every actor has their own strengths. I think Andrew Garfield's version would have been a lot better if the movie was just written better. You know,
That seems to be the general
like
thought.
it's not anything wrong with his acting because he's a great actor and I think he does Spider-Man very
Oh
well.
yeah.
It's just that the movie around him wasn't amazing.
I feel like Spider-Man's also a very hard character to get from the page to a movie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get that.
No, there definitely is, because Spider-Man's also been written like a million different ways.
I
Yeah,
feel like he's more of a comic book character. Like he's better portrayed in the comic books than he is in movies.
yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that because it's like because sometimes it feels like in the comics it's like back in the day when he first came out it was like oh yeah it's a super upbeat and lighthearted and he always beats the bad guys and all that stuff and then now it seems like it's like the writers are like let's see how hard we can ruin this kid's life.
yeah,
Yeah, how much depression can one person, go through without, losing it?
Yeah, and
Which
here's the thing that I don't understand. Like Peter Parker is not a celebrity. Like
no.
he's not like Tony Stark. So why would whenever he reveals himself that he's Spider-Man, that everybody immediately knows who he is and knows who Aunt May is and knows who Mary Jane is and all that? I
Because
feel like
movie.
yeah, it feels like that.
what?
That's that's very unrealistic. Like even in the Civil War book that I read that's based off the comics, not like the movie because the movie's way different. But it was like
Good movie though.
it was a great movie. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. One of my favorite Marvel movies, but like 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 Peter's main concern with revealing himself as Spider-Man was that Aunt May and Mary Jane would be in danger, which again I don't understand because Peter Parker's just some random kid from New York. Like he's not
Well,
like
I
how
don't
would
think
in
it
the
was
everybody
com-
danger. I don't
figure
think
out
it
who
was
he
danger
is?
from the public. It was more danger
not
from like
yeah, in the comics, he was concerned because people would know him, and since he like lived with Aunt May and like hung out with Mary Jane, he was concerned that people would like get to them through him. Because Aunt May actually gets shot in the comics because Kingpin hires a hitman to like shoot Peter Parker, and they shoot it at the house he's in, which is not Mary Jane's, Aunt May's house, and it hits her. And that's like the whole, oh, if Spider-Man quits making jokes, you're doomed, because he went to the prison right after and was like, if she dies, I will kill you. And like he took off all of his costume and everything and beat the ever living crap out of him.
yeah, he
Yeah,
like beat him to death.
that was what One More Day, right? That was that story where he made the deal with the devil to like he sacrificed his
No.
merit or no, it might have. I think that was Civil War. I think him beating the shit at Kingpin was Civil War, if I remember from the
Yeah,
video I watched.
that was in Civil War. One More Day was like a continuation, like a story after Civil War.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know
it
if it's
was
canon or not.
because they
Heck, I don't know if anything's
because people hated that one so much that they retconned it or something like that, or like reversed the
yeah.
effects. I thought it was cool that because I think No Way Home is based on I don't think based on that comic, but based on a different comic where something similar happens where everybody forgets who Peter was, but except for the Hulk, because I guess like whenever it happened, he was Bruce Banner. And so like the Hulk
Mm.
like never was like affected by the spell or whatever happened. Because I remember hearing
That's
about that and I'm like,
interesting
oh,
actually.
that's actually really cool.
I think I like the character of the Hulk more than I do the character of Bruce Banner.
Nah, I get that. I feel like I'm the same way.
Like Bruce Banner's a good character, don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
But like I feel like the Hulk is just written better. But I think it's made to be that way.
Yeah, especially I think now because that they kind of basically fuse them together. Like it's Bruce Banner in
Yeah.
Hulk's body instead of like basically like the same character but two different like personalities.
Yeah.
I like how they did that with with an Infinity War and stuff like that.
That's why I don't get that was She-Hulk always like that? Where her powers were just something she could do. It didn't like change her into a different person. Like Bruce Banner and Hulk were two different people technically,
I want
but
to.
was She-Hulk always just her?
I have no idea. I want to say yeah, because that's from all I've seen of She-Hulk.
I'm not too
But
like up on my She-Hulk lore.
Yeah, I don't
me,
know too much
me
about
neither.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, I don't know about her either. I just know that she's like a superhero lawyer. That's all
Yeah.
I
I don't
know.
think she was exposed like as much as Bruce Banner,
So she can
and I
just
could
do it,
very
but
well
it's
be
not like
wrong.
a.
Yeah, I don't think she goes like full rage mode. I think she just gets like a little bigger and a little stronger. Well, a
Mhm.
lot stronger, but you know.
'Cause I feel like, what is it like Red Hulk? I'm pretty sure he's like an alternate personality also, like the Hulk is with to Bruce Banner.
Possibly.
Yeah, I have no
I don't
idea.
I don't get why She-Hulk is not. That's I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe
I
I'm
don't. Yeah, I don't know. Comics are weird.
yeah, because it's like I was trying to explain X-Men to somebody, and I was just like, I can't, I physically can't, because
Yeah.
there's so many different like timelines and shit, and
Yeah.
You
it's
just
just
have to know. Like,
you just have to you either just have to know or you got to be ready for like a 3-hour documentary,
yeah,
Yeah.
and like
Because
even then I would be leaving out most of it.
yeah, again with X-Men, even if you narrow it down to just the movies, it's still really fucking confusing. Because like
Oh yeah,
there's the main trilogy that came out in like the early 2000s, and then there was that like First Class trilogy, I'll call it, like First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse, and I guess Dark Phoenix in that too. And then there's
and then there
also,
was the
and
Wolverine
yeah, I
movies.
was just gonna bring up then there's the Wolverine trilogy with X-Men Origins and then the Wolverine and then Logan.
is the Wolverine where the one where he goes to Japan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, but I
actually,
was trying to explain
I actually
like
really like that one.
how yeah I don't mind it. It's not my favorite one.
Yeah, no,
I do like that one.
especially not when Logan exists.
Oh yeah, Logan's a great movie,
Hmm.
and I don't say that just because I share his name.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a genuinely great movie.
But I was trying to explain how First Class fits into the timeline to somebody, and I was like, you just gotta know, like you gotta watch the
Yeah,
movies.
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
I usually just when somebody asks me, I just say, timey wimey bullshit.
That's pretty much what it is, and I feel like the
It
MCU is
is.
gonna be like that now because like we're in the
Oh yeah,
multiverse saga now, so it's just gonna be fucking weird.
oh
because
yeah.
they can just
Anybody
do
just
whatever they
getting into
want.
it now,
Yeah, I feel bad for
good
anybody
luck.
that's like just getting into the MCU now because there's so much stuff you have to watch and get caught up on.
Yeah, good luck to
Several
them.
days of content.
Yeah, months, years worth of movies and shows and extra
All good,
stuff.
but
Yeah,
still
yeah.
a
Marvel
lot of
definitely
it.
has like a gold standard where it's like even because like even the worst Marvel movies are still decent.
I'm trying to think of one of the bad Marvel movies, and there are none coming to my head, honestly,
I
without
guess if you
upsetting
want
many
to, if you
people.
want to say like the older stuff, like before the MCU was established and before like Tobey
like
Maguire's Spider Man,
like the first Hulk movie.
not even like the Edward Norton one. Like before that,
Yeah.
Was that like the beginning of the MCU?
No,
No, Iron Man.
Iron Man was the first one in the
yeah,
MCU.
Edward Norton's Hulk was the second MCU movie.
Yeah.
It was the second one. I thought.
Yeah, it's just not
Um,
it's just not considered canon anymore because obviously Mark Ruffalo plays him now, and
yeah.
Universal owns the distribution rights to Hulk, so that's why there
No,
aren't
I'm
any
pretty
more
sure
Hulk
it's still
movies.
considered canon. They
Is
just
it?
can't make like yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still considered canon.
Oh,
Like they just can't use
yeah,
Hulk as like the main character of a movie.
yeah, because Universal owns the rights or whatever to distribute those movies, so Disney wouldn't make any money off that.
Yeah.
And Disney doesn't do what doesn't make Disney money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although realistically,
So
Disney could fart and they would make billions.
billions every day.
They're just one of those companies that just I don't think they're ever going to go away and they're never going to stop being like as powerful as they are, I guess.
If they would ever just, let people see Walt Disney's frozen head, I think they could make a lot more money. If they tell us how to get in the fucking tunnels underneath the
Disneyland or Disney
Disneyland.
World, wherever they are. Yeah,
I think it's under Disneyland.
That's where
Land's the California one.
that's where the national treasure is.
That's where Nicolas Cage is.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. That's
Imagine
where
you knock
that's
over
where
the guy
that's
playing
where
Mickey and it's Nicolas Cage.
that's where he got that's where he goes after he's done making shitty movies every day.
Movies, those are great. Saving history classes everywhere.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
dude!
Nicholas Cage.
Shout out to Nick Cage for
I
that.
almost said
Shout out to Nick Cage.
I almost said that Nicolas Cage was a great movie. I meant to say National Treasure.
Oh, it is.
Even the second one's pretty good too. I remember liking the second movie.
To this day, I still
Yeah.
say that Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider is a great movie.
I've never watched it.
It's a great movie.
I haven't seen
It's
really
not-
any of like the before MCU Marvel movies.
I'm not exactly
I've
sure
seen-
how
I've
canon
seen
it
obviously
is.
Spider-Man, but
It's not.
Well, no, I mean like it does. I'm not sure how much it actually follows like comic book lore.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm not
Well.
really up to date on the like his enemies and stuff. But
Yeah.
Well, they
I
have
know I've
the-
seen that before. I remember watching it, but I don't remember a thing that happens in it.
they have the new Ghost Rider now. He has like a Mustang
Hmm.
instead of a motorcycle.
I know there's
That's
like a
interesting.
futuristic Ghost Rider too. He has like a capsule over his head.
'Cause there's the one who rode the horse. I don't remember his name. Then
The
there was
medieval
Johnny.
one.
Yeah, he was like a cowboy or something. He's in the Ghost Rider movie actually with Nicolas Cage.
Huh.
But he rides like a flaming horse. Then there's Johnny Blaze with his motorcycle, and then
Hmm.
I forget the one guy's name, but it's something. Let me look it up. I want to say his name's like Miguel or something.
Hmm.
If it's not, I'm gonna sound extremely racist. But
I was gonna
There's
say
a-
I was gonna say Miguel O'Hara, but that's Spider-Man 2099. I remembered.
I was just about to say that too. There's a Miguel O'Hara, but that's Spider-Man. So yeah, you beat me to it.
I didn't know that Spider-Man 2099 suit was supposed to be black. I always thought it was blue.
no, it's blue.
I think
It's
it
blue
is.
and red, right?
No, it's black. The blue in it is meant to like reflect the shadows. The actual suit is meant
Oh.
to be black and red.
Huh. Yeah, it's
I
always
didn't know that
depicted
either
as, like,
until I watched a
navy
video
blue.
about Spider-Man 2099. I was like, oh shit.
It's like it's got like a blue pearlescent on it. Then
Yeah. Or no, I don't think it was a video about Spider-Man 29. It was like a Spider-Man iceberg video. Because I follow this guy, Pigpen, who does like very long, like documentary length, like iceberg videos, and they're really cool.
the Ghost Rider with a car. His name is Roberto Reyes. He drives a 1969 Dodge Charger.
69.
Eh.
We'll have to fucking Rob Zombie's brother's name, so we can laugh at 1969. I feel like
We laughed at Cummings. We can laugh at 69.
yeah.
I still think one of my favorite comic book names is the original Nova. His name is Richard Rider, which you know the nickname for Richard.
Dick Rider.
Nova's a cool character.
Oh, Nova is one of my favorite superheroes. I will die by that. I'm
I
still
feel like
waiting
he's
for
one
him
of
to
those
get
characters that has a lot of
introduced into the
potential
MCU.
that hasn't really been like
Oh,
tapped
yeah.
yet.
I feel like he will be at some point, especially with
Oh,
Guardians of the
100%.
Galaxy 3 coming out.
Mm,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
feel like it's because isn't 3 going to be about Adam Warlock?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what they say. Because they have the guy, the actor that's going to play him, like dress up as Adam Warlock and like meet fans or whatever.
Well, so if they have Adam Warlock, they can't not have the Nova Corps in it. And well, they've had Nova Corps in the whole time, but
Yeah, the Nova Corps already exists. They just don't have
like
a Nova yet.
they don't have Nova Prime.
Hmm.
Well, isn't there a Nova series that's coming out?
Yeah, it's
Yes, it was
rumored to be a
announced.
Disney Plus
MCU
series.
Nova. Yeah, I thought it was a series, but
See, the only thing though is whenever they do introduce them, I don't know if they're gonna go with Richard Rider or if they're gonna go with the newer Sam Alexander, which I feel like they're gonna go with Sam Alexander because
yeah.
he's younger and I think he's Hispanic or something. So it gives them some diversity.
Yeah. Plus, so that way his name isn't Dick Ryder.
Yeah,
Cause everybody got pissed off that dude's last name was Boner in WandaVision. So like, God
there was a
forbid we
dude in
have.
WandaVision whose last name was Boner.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ralph Boner.
yeah.
It
Wanda
was supposed to be.
is
Oh,
supposed
you
to
can
be her.
go.
Yeah, I think Wanda like brainwashed this dude to like basically play her brother that died in the second Avengers movie.
Yeah, they brought back Quicksilver, and it was the I can't remember his name. It was the dude who played Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. He was in WandaVision.
Yeah, it was like the guy from like I think Days of Future Past was it or one of those three movies.
Yeah,
What is his name? The guy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The cool one.
yeah, yeah. And it was like, oh, this was Quicksilver the whole time. And then at the end, it's like, ah, no, it's not. It's just some random guy. His name's Ralph Boner.
Yeah, it was literally just like a fucking joke, and people got really mad about that for some reason. I don't get it.
They got mad that his last name was Boner.
I think it was the fact that they brought back Quicksilver pretty much just for a gag.
Okay, the whole world is not real.
Yeah, like
Doesn't
literally,
matter.
the whole point of WandaVision was that she took this entire town hostage so that she could like live a normal life.
I never watched WandaVision. I don't have Disney Plus, so
Shit.
WandaVision is one of
I
the
don't.
coolest concepts for a show because it starts off as like a 50s sitcom and then it goes to like a
Yeah, it goes through like sitcoms
more
of different
modern.
eras. Because like one of the
Yeah,
last episodes is like basically The Office.
yeah.
Like
Like if you watch the
like
first
where it'll
episode and the
have
last episode, you wouldn't think it's the same show.
Aren't they doing like a new series now where it's like all about Agnes or whatever?
yeah, Agatha
Yeah,
Coven of Chaos.
I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, because she was like the villain in like the last episode.
Like I said, I've never watched it.
Because it goes from like 50s sitcom because it's black and white, except for I think a
mhm.
toy helicopter and like blood, which is supposed to be like signs that it's not like real, like it's not actually supposed to
Yeah.
be like that. And then it goes up
Like they
from
only
like
show
60s
red.
and then 70s and 80s and like I think episode 8 or something like that is like basically The Office where like they have the episode going on and then there's like all the different characters are like being interviewed like during the
Hmm.
episode. So yeah, The Office basically.
Yeah, basically The Office.
Hmm. Yeah, it was
The
a
only
neat show, but I don't think it has a whole lot of rewatch value.
the only
No.
Disney Plus show that I managed to watch was What If, and I thought it was just okay personally.
I never finished it. I watched it and I was like, okay, this is interesting, but it's not like I felt because like everybody was like, oh, you need to watch What If before you watch Doctor Strange. It's like, no, you don't have to because they already explained what the characters are.
Well, What
Watch.
If did set up for a lot because it is
Oh, really?
considered canon. Yeah, the final episode ties like all the other episodes together.
Yeah, I thought about something like
Well,
that where it was like because I saw the episode title it was like, what if the Watcher like disobeyed like his like
intervene.
rules or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's not all just like standalone episodes. It's set up like that at the beginning, and then at the end they like tie them all together, and it's like, whoa.
Okay.
I watched the episode where with Captain Carter, and that was it.
I'll
Which
be
I'm pretty sure
honest.
that's the first episode.
Yeah, it's the first
Yeah,
one. I'll be honest. I do not give a shit about Captain Carter. I just don't care. Like, it's not that she's like a bad character or anything, because I like Peggy Carter as a character. I just don't think she's
Hard
that
to remake
interesting as
Captain
Captain
America.
America. Yeah,
yeah,
It,
it almost
it's
feels
hard
like
to
they're.
remake such a beloved character.
Yeah, it almost like it's like yeah, it's like supposed to be like, oh, what if Peggy Carter got the serum instead of Steve Rogers? But it's like like Captain America's story was basically done, and then it's like I mean, they're bringing back. I know Falcon's now Captain America, but you get what
Well,
I'm
that is
saying.
that's comic book canon though. Captain America and Winter Soldier and the Punisher at one point, all Captain America,
Oh,
technically.
yeah, because it's more of like a mantle than
Yeah,
it wasn't like
I
no.
feel like once a superhero dies, it becomes a mantle. Because
Yeah.
in the comic books, I think it's God, what is his name? Bullseye, I think.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's one
he's
of the Civil War storylines. Bullseye is hired by somebody to kill Captain America, and because he's on trial for something. And when
Okay.
he dies, the Punisher takes over as Captain America and just goes on a fucking rampage.
I feel like it's ironic that the Punisher was Captain America
I think it was only for like
nowadays,
10 seconds, but
but still, it still feels a little ironic nowadays.
nowadays,
nowadays.
with America being the land of guns.
hmm And racism.
Yeah, America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
I wonder
morning,
if the Punisher.
USA.
I wonder if the Punisher is gonna get used like in anything recent.
I hope so.
Probably not.
John Bernthal's a great actor. I really like him. So I
I
hope
feel like they.
he gets to do more Marvel stuff.
I feel like they won't
Because
bring it into the
Disney,
main storyline.
well,
Yeah.
Disney owns it now, don't they? Like, didn't they gain all the Netflix
I
stuff?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my theory. I feel like the MCU they're gonna make more like R-rated stuff for the MCU because I think they did confirm that Deadpool 3 is gonna be part of it, and obviously they're not gonna make that
Yeah,
PG-13 because it's Deadpool. So I
yeah.
feel like I think with what they're gonna do with their rated R stuff is that they're gonna have a tie into the MCU, but it's not gonna be like required viewing. Like it's not like you're gonna have to watch this in order to understand this movie or something like that, or
Not
this
like
other
they're gonna
show.
make one of the Avengers movies rated R
No.
Until they do.
Well, I
until
mean,
they do.
there's Secret Wars. That could be. I mean, I doubt that they would make Secret Wars rated R, but yeah, it could happen.
That's gonna be the
The movie
biggest
doesn't
Captain
come out
Marvel
for
tie-in, and I don't know how I
uh,
feel about Captain MCU.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I will say that watching Captain Marvel like again like in the timeline order because in the timeline order it's the second movie you're supposed to watch, and I think that made me appreciate it a lot more. Because
like I
like
like Captain Marvel, right? But I just don't know how it fits in the MCU. I don't know if it
I
follows the same like structure.
yeah well the first movie was pretty much just to introduce her as a character and give her
Yeah,
backstory so that people knew who she was in Endgame.
she was important to Endgame. So
Yeah. My problem with Captain Marvel is that she's super overpowered. Like she's
yeah, and
Superman.
they never use her powers.
No, yeah, I never understood that either. They introduced her in what Infinity War or Endgame as this like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Endgame.
oh my gosh, like only call her if the world is literally in danger, and then like she barely even did anything.
She blew up a spaceship, and then she goes, "Hey, Peter Parker, you got something for me?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you really think about it, the two heroes that did the most in Infinity War and Endgame were Iron Man and Doctor Strange.
And the
Because
Hulk. Don't forget about the Hulk.
the Hulk
He
just
sacrificed his arm. He brought everything back.
whatever.
Man,
It's healed now in She-Hulk,
dogging on
I
my
think.
boy.
So
Yeah, I think it's mostly healed.
Black Widow and Gamora literally died, and we're just like, yeah, they didn't do anything.
well, I mean, yeah, but I feel like it wasn't as like but I don't think it was as important as what Iron Man did because he literally figured out time travel.
Yeah,
Like he came up with the entire plan to like go back in time and prevent. I think it was prevent.
Technically, I don't know. I was messing with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care.
Technically, Hank
It's
Pym
weird.
decided. discovered time travel, but I'll say
Without
that
Ant-Man, the MCU would not be how it is today.
without him crawling in Thanos' purple dick and going back to normal size.
Those memes were so funny whenever everybody thought that like Ant-Man was going to kill Thanos by shrinking and going into his ass.
Didn't Paul Rudd like mention that on like a Disney ride or something? What was
Yeah,
that
he
about?
That
did.
wouldn't surprise me.
It was on a
It was
cruise.
yeah.
That
I
would not
don't remember
surprise me.
exactly how he brought it up, but he did.
He was like he was talking and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh yeah." And for everybody saying, "Why didn't I just shrink really small and go into Thanos is and get really big again?" Well, here's why it wouldn't work. And then they cut him off.
Hmm.
Because
So
they knew he was wrong.
they knew he was wrong.
They knew he was right.
That was the original script, but Paul Rudd, but
That's
Kevin
what
Feige.
I was gonna say. That's what Kevin Feige wanted, but Disney was like, no.
I still think that the Ant-Man movie is one of the best MCU movies ever made.
Hmm.
Oh, I do really like it.
The
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah, the
The
first
first
one
one
was
is
really good.
great.
Yeah, that one was very good. To kind of go off topic here, did you see the guy that beat Halo 2 with all the skulls on without dying?
The only reason I
Saw
know about that is because Halo posted it on their Instagram.
Yeah. So basically, I'll give the context to it. So Moist Critical, you guys know him,
yeah.
basically YouTube Jesus.
Mhm.
He uploads a video pretty much saying like in all the time that Halo 2 has been out, nobody has been able to beat it on legendary difficulty with all the skulls turned on except for Envy, because that's the one that gives Master Chief camo without dying. Because it's like ridiculously hard. It's like not. I
Yeah.
don't think it's actually meant to be possible. So what he did was
Mhm.
he basically put out a $20,000 bounty onto any like YouTuber or streamer who could do it. And like basically the parameters of this like contest, I guess, was like you had to live stream it. So that way it wasn't like you could just upload a video to YouTube, because then you could obviously edit that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So basically this guy Jervalen, he grinded it out for like an entire month, and he did it. He just did it, I think, like 2 days ago.
Shit.
So yeah,
Shit.
that's neat. One of the probably the hardest thing in gaming, I feel like, somebody was able to do.
It's like people who do like no hit runs in like every Dark Souls game
Yeah, like
consecutively.
Happy Hob that did. I think he did Demon Souls and all three Dark Souls games, Bloodborne and Sekiro. Like he beat them all without getting hit once. Like that's just fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
It's
insane.
like I don't get how that's possible.
I think a lot of them use glitches. Like not glitches like they wouldn't take damage or stuff like that. I think they just mess around with like the levels and stuff like that to find shortcuts and things like that.
Well,
So
I
that
watched this one guy. He was like a speedrunning Elden Ring, and he beat it in
such a
like
good game.
16 minutes.
Yeah, it was like glitch runs. I saw
Yeah,
something like that where a guy
'cause-
beat it in like 5 minutes because he like figured out like some like precise jump or something like that would like bounce him all the way to like the other side of the world.
yeah, it would like send you flying, and when you reloaded, the the boss was dead, and you became the Elden Lord.
Yeah, yeah, that's so weird. How
Find
games like
that.
that can just be like broken like that.
I don't get how people find those.
I feel like people probably just screw around and maybe find glitches, like remember glitches that worked in other games and try them out.
See, I feel like this is where like data miners come in handy, and like they look in the game's actual like code,
Hmm.
and they find things like because they know what they're doing,
Right.
and they're not rushed by a timeline, so they can look at it and be like, "Oh, this
They're just
is
like, oh
not
shit, look
correct."
at this. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the people making it are obviously on a timeline, right?
Hmm.
So they're bound to miss something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think Elden Ring was actually in development for a really long time, but I mean,
Really?
obviously, still, yeah. I think from what I heard is that they started making Elden Ring and Sekiro around the same time, but obviously Sekiro came out like 3 years ago. Something
Sekiro's a great game.
I want to play it, but I don't have it, and I also don't want to pay $60 in order to buy it because for some reason those games are like full price still. For some reason, Elden Ring start
Yeah,
development.
once again, I've never gotten into like the Souls-like games.
2017. Elden Ring began development in 2017 after the release of the final DLC for Dark Souls 3. Okay, that makes sense. So it's been in development for 5 years, which is long for From Software because they usually release games like every 2 or 3 years.
Sekiro is very different from the other games. Like the Souls games and like Elden Ring and Bloodborne and stuff are dependent on like magic and like builds and stuff. But Sekiro is more.
Yeah, Sekiro is more of
I
a
don't want
straight
to.
action game from what I've seen.
I don't want to say straightforward, but it's very
It's more of an
dependent
action
on
game and
your
not in like
sword
a
play.
yeah. It's not so much of an RPG.
Like it's all
So it's like more
timing with your
linear than
actual
the other
sword.
ones.
It's way more linear, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
yeah, because the
and it's
Dark Souls games and Elden Ring especially are like very open ended. Like there's a
oh
certain
yeah.
path you have to take, but like because like Dark Souls 1 is pretty linear for the most part, the way you actually have to like go through the game until you get like halfway through, and then there's like 4 different parts that you can do in any order that you want.
But Sekiro does a lot of things where like you go through an area and then once you get to a certain point, you have to go back through the area you were just in
Hmm.
and go a different way from that spot that you wouldn't have seen unless you would know something about the area itself because you got to the end. So
Mhm.
like parts
The
where you have to like go under the buildings and stuff, you don't see the other openings under the building. You just see one of them. So
hmm.
unless you like look around, but I don't know.
my
It's
my main concern with
hard to
Sekiro
explain.
is that from what I've seen and from what I've heard is that you have to get good at parrying basically, and I fucking
Oh
suck at
yeah,
parrying. Like
the whole game parrying.
yeah, that's like one of the things like I still want to try it, but it's like that's why I don't want to spend a ton of money on it. I want to wait for a sales because I suck at parrying so much.
The whole game is based around parrying and then attacking and then dodging and parrying and
Yeah, and stance breaking and riposting and all that stuff.
it's like I said, it's heavily
Yeah,
dependent on the actual swordplay, which is
Mhm.
strange for a From
yeah,
Software game.
yeah. But it was neat that obviously they tried something different, and that's actually something I noticed. Most of their games have all tried something different. Because like Demon Souls has like the world tendency, where like depend on how many times you die, the game gets easier or harder, like depending on what area you're in.
I
And
I know
then
almost nothing about Demon Souls.
yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about it either, other than it was like the first game that they made in that series. But
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it either.
but yeah, the Dark Souls 1 obviously there's the hollowing system where you can come back as a human, but if you die so many times you turn back into like a zombie. And then Dark Souls 2 makes you have less health every time you die, which is fucking retarded. I hate that so much. That's one of the main things I hate about Dark Souls 2 is that. And then Dark Souls 3 has like nothing, and so is Elden Ring. Like that. But yeah.
They're both just expansive games.
Yeah, they're long games. They take you a long time to beat.
Unless
Definitely.
figure out the glitch to send you flying and make you the Elden Lord in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
then
that's
there's 60 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's more of a challenge run. I don't think most people play games like that though, like they're
No, no, no.
speedrunners. It's definitely
If you
like
actually
because
play the
like
game,
yeah, because I feel like those speedrunners too, like they play the game normally for fun, but it's
yeah,
just they speed run it and figure out the glitches and stuff like that just to see what they can do.
it's got to be hard to be like a content maker about like video games and stuff because like if they're your way of like having fun, you cannot play them anymore because
Yeah, it
if
depends
Yeah,
on
you
you
how
have a
can't
this.
just
job,
play them. It's like your job. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't wind down from playing video games with playing other video games.
yeah.
I mean, you can,
I
but
think
like, it
yeah.
kind
I
of
mean, you
sucks.
could, I guess, if your like career only revolves around one game, but even then, it's like, how do you even enjoy it anymore?
I don't think you do.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen people like that. I'll watch like Smash Bros. YouTubers where they're just like, I've played Smash Bros. So much, it's not even fun. I'm not even gonna play it. I just do it because it gets views. Like,
Like people that played Minecraft never played Minecraft other than to make a video.
Oh, I bet Dream
yeah,
fucking hates playing Minecraft.
Well, Dream is Dream. I will not say anything bad about Dream because there are stands,
I don't
which
care.
I
Fuck
think
them.
are cringe.
I don't care.
I don't, I don't know jack shit about Dream.
I think his
I
YouTube videos
know
are cool. It's just his fan base is just bad.
Ah, so it's the My Hero Academia treatment.
the
Yeah,
My
where it's
Hero
like
Academia of Minecraft.
yeah,
Gotcha.
where it's like there's nothing really wrong with like the YouTubers and the streamers themselves.
Oh
It's
no,
just their rabid ass fan base that just ruins it.
that's I think me and Brody were talking about this the other day, or maybe it was me and you, Colin. I don't know, but My Hero Academia is a very good show, but it's the people that watch it and the people that make their whole lives around it is what makes people not want to watch it.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's the way it is with Dream, you know, because
Yeah,
you spend 10 seconds on the internet and they try and convert you to their cult.
yeah, like Jared Leto.
What?
Jared Leto literally has a cult.
He's in a cult, or there's a cult about him?
He's a cult leader. Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Is it
Is that
condoned by
like
him, or is it just people that do it?
Oh no, he participates in it.
Oh,
He
what the
did
fuck?
like a he did like a whole event in like some island or some part of like California or something like that where he charged people a lot of money to basically hang out at this like camp with him where there'd be like exclusive like 30 Seconds to Mars concerts, and I think if there was one like tier that you could like spend the night with him or something like that. I remember watching a video
uh,
about it.
dude, I always thought those were a joke. I didn't know those were real.
Oh no, it's real. Jared Leto is a weird guy. He also may or may not be a pedo, but you didn't hear that from
He
me.
also the greatest movie character of all time.
Oh,
The
Morbius.
Marvel
Hashtag
legend.
Morbius takeover.
Yeah, the new Marvel
I
legend
still
has
have not.
arrived.
Still have not watched that movie. I have
I
to.
don't think any of us have.
You're not really.
Travis
I've
has.
seen it. I've seen it. You're not really. If
Oh,
you, I
all
mean,
right.
if you skip it, you're not really missing a whole lot. Because honestly,
But I
the
want to
after
watch.
credit scene makes it really confusing.
I have seen the after credit scene. That's been spoiled to me.
Yeah,
I can't not watch it. You know what I mean?
it's one of those movies where it's one of those movies that's like you hear about it, it's like so terrible. It's like okay, is it really that bad? And I didn't think it was. Like I just thought it was pretty standard for you know a superhero movie. Or well, I guess Morbius is more of an anti-hero, but whatever.
Marvel thing.
Yeah, standard
Yeah.
Marvel movie that isn't made by Marvel Studios.
Yeah, but it's a Marvel character.
True.
He's a Marvel
Legend.
legend. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Wouldn't
mean,
mind seeing a Dark Knight movie. Or what is it called? What is he? Like
Black Knight.
Black Knight? Yeah.
I think
Why did I
they're
say Dark Knight? That's
well, they
Batman.
they set they set
I was
that
gonna
up.
say there's already 3 of those.
Yeah. Well, I think they want to do the Black Knight because the end credit scene in
Yeah, they set
Eternals
him up at the end of Eternals.
was Kit Harington like looking at this like sword.
That would be. Was that at the end of Eternals? Like you said, Colin?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was the post credit scene for Eternals.
Watch that movie.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, with Eternals, you're not really missing a whole lot. at least
Yeah, that's
right
what I
now.
heard.
My main issue with it is that the movie was. No, I almost said the album. The movie is 2.5 hours long.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're gonna say, and I
Like
completely agree with it.
they introduced like 12 new characters, and they're like all the main character basically.
Well, that's how the Eternals is.
Yeah, but it's like they're trying to introduce all these new characters in you know a 2.5 hour movie, and I just don't really think it works. I don't think any of the characters really get like a moment to shine or like a moment where they're like where you get to understand them as a character.
It doesn't make you feel anything for any of the characters. They all just kind of feel like
Yeah,
blank.
they get like
Yeah.
one scene. Like Druig is like he's like mad because he knows that he can control all the humans, and there would be no fighting, there would be nothing wrong if he could just control everybody. But then they're like, no, that's bad, and you know, and then Angelina Jolie has a fucking weird like mental illness that like makes her fight everybody, and then the bitch's name in the Icarus character, basically their whole thing is that they fuck, or at least did at one point.
Sick.
She's hot though, so it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. She's a baddie,
Now I gotta look.
but
Now I gotta look this up. Now I gotta look this up.
yeah,
I don't remember her character name, but I know
that's
what
what
he's talking about.
that's what I was trying to think. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
Was it Cersei?
Cersei, yeah,
yeah, that's it.
Salma Hayek is in this movie. What the fuck?
yeah, she's like the leader
You saw it
of the
too.
Eternals. She's all right, bro. If you search up Eternals, the cast, the first person to show up is Harry Styles. He's in the movie for like 3 seconds.
Well,
Yeah,
he's a Marvel character now.
Yeah, Star
He's a Marvel
Fox.
product.
he's Ares, I think.
Star Fox. It says that his character was.
Well, that's the hero name. His name's like Eros or Ares. I think it's Eros. He's the brother of Thanos.
Oh, why are you not purple though?
It's because
The
Thanos had like
whole
some
thing with is
illness.
that the reason he hates things is because he was born with like a birth defect that made him purple and ugly. So his mother tried to
Oh,
like throw him off a bridge, or no, it was like a cliff. She tried to literally kill him when he was a baby. So he grew up
okay,
just hating everything.
okay.
So that's
Didn't
the
know
whole
that.
Yeah,
reason he isn't
they
just
don't
an
really
asshole.
explain that in the movies. They kind of just say,
No,
"Oh,
that's
he's
He's
bad
what
space guy."
comic book
Yeah,
Thanos. He hates everything because his mother tried to kill him when he was a baby because he was just ugly.
Yeah, and then in Infinity War, he basically hated everything because he knew that basically every species wouldn't survive with as many as there were
He
of
hated
everybody.
everything. He hated everything in Infinity War because everybody was selfish.
well, see, then
Yeah,
there was a theory after Eternals because Logan, do you mind if I like spoil the plot of Eternals?
I don't care. I'm probably never gonna watch it.
The whole time they're trying to stop a celestial from being born in the middle of Earth because
Mm-hmm.
it's planted there and it's ready to like burst out. But whenever it does that, it's going to kill the whole entire planet. But
yeah,
it needs like so many years before it can do it and like a big enough population to like support it. So there's a theory like after Eternals, like, oh well, maybe Thanos knew about this, and by cutting the population in half, he was delaying the Celestial from killing the whole entire planet.
yeah. Logan, basically,
I don't,
Celestials are giant space gods, basically.
yeah, yeah. Like like Eros the Walker and stuff.
Hmm.
Is that his name? I
Maybe
think
one
so.
of
I
them.
don't know.
I forget the one's name
Well,
in the movie that Cersei talks to, and that Salma Hayek talks to. Man, we've been going on for a long time.
Yeah, it's almost 2 hours.
Yeah, you want to call it there?
I gotta look up who this guy is now.
we'll let Logan figure that out.
The Walker.
Eternals. Here, I'll help you. Celestial name.
There's
Ereshkigal's
some.
the guy that the celestial that they talk to in the movie, but there's a lot more of them.
There's one. I'm trying to think. Mm. It's Isan the Searcher was his name.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Mm.
we probably should call the episode here.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
getting long, but I mean this was fun.
Oh yeah, it's a hefty From the Abyss episode.
Yeah,
I think this this might be one of the first ones that doesn't have like just a break where nobody can figure out what to talk about.
yeah, and I think that's because there were more people on. You know, it wasn't
Yeah,
just me and one other
that's
person.
that's
Yeah,
like I
we
was
get
saying.
bounce ideas a lot more.
When you get more people together, the ideas just kind of bounce off of everybody more. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I understand it's hard to get more people on.
Yeah,
Because
because like for anybody that's actually still listening, which holy shit, I commend you for that. um, I'm like the only one in the group that doesn't have a life. I mean, I will bow to me next week because I'll be in college and I'll be a lot busier then. But right
you
now,
start college next week?
yeah. Well, what we're
Bro,
doing
but you're
is,
two.
well, I mean, being 2 years old, I'm not that stupid.
Kid, you
But
must be
yeah,
one of them kid geniuses going to college when you're 2 years old.
yeah. But I mean, for the college I'm going to, all the freshmen get to move in a week early.
Yeah, I think everybody does that. Or
Okay.
most places do that.
But yeah, so classes don't actually start till around the end of the month,
Okay.
but yeah, that's when I'm moving in, and that's when things will get hectic for me. So
You're just gonna be living there. So
yeah, so episodes might be a little bit more sporadic. They won't be as consistent, but
We'll
yeah,
make them work.
yeah, we'll make it work. I'm not too worried about it.
I mean, we're recording this episode on a Friday, and normally they record them on Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays. Sometimes I post them Sunday night. Sometimes I post them Monday morning. This will probably go up later. Like this won't be like right after because it's midnight right now, and I'm probably just
I'm
gonna
just
like
saying for
die.
people that are still here this late.
Yeah,
It's on a Friday when normally it'd be on a Sunday. So
yeah. Although I think
Yeah.
although I think now we're just gonna record. I'm just gonna record them whenever people are available.
that might
Instead
be
of
That's
better,
not a
honestly.
bad idea. Yeah.
Just record them whenever you can and just release them on Sunday.
yeah, that or just release them whenever. It doesn't really affect the views at all if I post them on different days.
I don't think anybody's really looking for an upload schedule,
No,
because it's
the
not
whole
like
the whole
it's a
the whole
career or
the,
anything.
the whole podcast identity and the whole identity of me as a YouTuber is just whatever random off the cuff bullshit I can come up
It's
with.
just whatever happens.
Yeah, it's very
Hmm.
spontaneous, and I like doing that because I think it makes for some of the best stuff. Because I'll
You're
be
so
honest,
quirky.
I yeah, I'm so quirky. But the thing is that like I've had scripts written to review every Spider-Man movie in like a 3-part series. Like I've had that written for like a couple months now, but I just don't really want to do it like that because um because I did my album, like my favorite albums of the first half of this year, and I read from a script from that, and I'm not really a fan of the end product. So I think if I do end up making a Spider-Man video, it's going to be more off the cuff, like I did with the Metal Vocalist tier list or the Dark Souls boss tier list, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I think if you did one of those, it would have to be you'd have to have like topics written down, but not word for word.
Yeah, like
Because
even the more recent videos where I said like why you should listen to Megadeth or why you should play Dark Souls, I had like bullet points down for like stuff I wanted to talk about, but everything else was improv.
That's how I prefer public speaking. Is like get a general. All right, I want to talk about this and this, and then just kind of like go from the top of your head once you get on it.
Yeah,
I
because
think everybody
whenever
could tell with the album video that it was scripted.
yeah, because my voice sounded
Mhm.
really robotic, and that's something
It's
I'm
very
not really.
obvious.
Yeah, I think that was what made me not really want to do forensics anymore in that last year of high school was just because
Yeah,
it was that
that was
it
why.
was well that it
Yeah,
was tough, and I also didn't really feel like I was part of the group. I felt more just like an outside member of it, I guess. But
I was going to
it's
talk
kind of hard to
about
be a
something.
main
I don't
group
want
when
to.
you it's kind of hard to be the main group in the main group when you've Tried to date 2 of the girls in it. I'll just leave it
I was
at
gonna
that.
say I don't want to call you out like that, so I won't say anything.
Oh no, I fully understand that now. I've understood that for a while, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am aware of the effect I have on women. But okay, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. So yeah, thank you for everybody who decides to listen this far. You're a real one, and yeah, be sure to check it out on Spotify, and yeah, more videos will be coming soon, more podcasts will be coming soon. So yeah, see you next time.